Hey everybody, this is Carol, your instructor, and I want to get you started making folders and files in Windows Explorer. And when you say Windows Explorer, it's kind of confusing because you're thinking, oh, I'm going to the internet, but that's Internet Explorer. So it's two different things. So let's go down here to your Start button. And that was just a normal pointer finger click. If you click with your right mouse or your middle finger on the other side, you get this. And you want to go here to open Windows Explorer. Okay. Now here's your default. It'll open up, look something like this. Here's your desktop, which is all these files. If I click on this, what's listed here is the same as what you see here sitting on my desktop. Downloads, things I've gotten up off of the internet, and recent places. These are some folders I've been working in most recently. So libraries is kind of what My Documents used to be. A lot of times you will have a default saved into libraries and into My Documents here. And you see every time I click over here, I can see what's in that folder here. So in Documents, I have a bunch of folders where I've organized far too many things. And if you drag it all the way down, here you see some files. And these files are just sitting out. They're in that folder, but they're not in a subfolder. If you drop this little button down here, here's your My Documents. It's kind of weird how it's nested in there, 3 layers in, but anyway, these match all of these. These two are the same. So if you want to see your path, you have to use these little arrows, and then you can go in deeper and see. And once you click on the folder, this over here changes to show you what's inside of it. So it can be a little confusing. I find it's easiest if I do this so I know where I am and how far I went in. And then once I want to see something like, okay, I want to see this, I want to see the files in this folder. If I click on it here, then I see my files over here. So that's a little bit different in Windows 7 versus the earlier versions, Windows XP and Vista. I didn't work much in Vista. I sort of went from XP right to 7. So I don't know, some people have, I suppose. Anyway, all right, so let's talk a little bit about drives. I'm going to close up all of this here. So back to the very root menu. And these are shortcuts to places on your C drive. So this is where I go a little techno geek on you, so hang with me. Down under computer, these are your drives. So these are actually places down here. They just don't have letters. And I'm fine with that, because if they want me, you know, I have everything organized here and I know how to get there and I'm good with that. I don't really need to know what drive it's on, but I do want to explain it to you so you have a basic idea of how the drives work, because it is important when you have to find something. Alright, so here's your computer. In your computer you have a couple of drives, and you can see over here they look different. System C drive is your hard drive, is the internal drive in your computer, either in the tower or in your laptop. Then you have, that's C. Then you have D, which is a DVD drive, and you can see I've been watching Mighty Machines Chomp Crunch. It's a great DVD in case you haven't seen it. And then this E drive here is my thumb drive, and I can tell that because it looks sort of like kind of looks like a memory stick, but basically it means something's shoved in your USB and it's saying you've only used 1.75 of 1.8 gigs. So, I'm sorry, 0.25 is used of all of that. Alright, below that you see these with these sort of wires and an X across it. It means I've got some drives here that are network drives, and right now they're not hooked up. So if I was logging on from school, these would be hooked up because I'm using my work computer here. So those are the different drives that you have. Each letter can be different depending on the machine and how it's mapped, but C drive is almost always your hard drive. I've had another computer that had 2 hard drives, and so one was C and I don't know, one was G or something, I don't remember. So that's sort of the basic understanding of how that works. All right, so if you put your memory stick in, it won't be called something you want initially. So to rename it, all you have to do is right click on it and hit rename here. And now once you have this box on it, you can name it anything. You can't do something like an exclamation though, it won't take that. So all the naming rules still apply. And here it looks like it defaults to all caps, which is sort of interesting. But you can do that on any folder that you have. So let's take a look at what we have here. Let's say I want to rename any of these folders. Same process. You're just going to right click on it. Here we are, rename, and I'll call it essays. Click anywhere else, and it didn't change. There we go. Excellent. Boy, I hate looking silly. Okay, so that's renaming. Let's say we want to add a folder underneath here. We have a couple of options. The simplest way is right click, new, and folder. So when I'm saying right click, I mean your middle finger on the mouse side that's on the right side of the rolling ball, or on the right side of the mouse if you don't have a rolling ball. Do they make mice without rolling balls anymore? I don't think so. Okay, so click folder. I've got a new folder here, and I'm going to call it 01 sample. And I did 01, and you can hit enter as well. I did 01 sample, so they'd be at the top, because things are organized in alphabetic order, but if you put a number there, it's going to be in front of it. So let's see, I do another one. And now I want to call this 1. Whoops. Somehow I got off my thing there. Okay, 1, and I call it samples. And hit enter. See how it goes below the 01? Cool, huh? Slick. I know, you're totally impressed. Anyway, stay with me. All right, so more here. Let's say I have a, I've got a file, and I want to move this file into my sample folder. I have a couple of options. I can click on it and drag it, and see how it's highlighting the folders. It's saying, where do you want me to drop it? You want it here? You want it there? You want it here? You want it here? You want it here? Once you highlight where you want to drop it, you can let go. Now, the nice thing about Windows 7 is it shows you move to 01 sample. So I'm going to let go of my pointer finger mouse clicker point, and now it has taken out of files and moved it into samples. It will move things, files, if you're in the same drive. Now, Documents is not on my thumb drive. Documents is on my C drive. So let's say I take the same file here from sample, and I click and hold, and I drag it over here to Documents. Now it's saying copy to, oh, it just opened up some subfiles. It's very confusing. I apologize. It's trying to expect what I want. So it says copy to my documents. It's always going to copy when you are changing drives. So there's a copy here in Documents. We go down here, hopefully, there it is, 5x5 essays. And if we close that up, go down here, thumb drive, where's my sample? Oh, here it is. And I still have it in sample as well. So let's say you're working in these drives and you want to make a copy, you don't want to move it. Simple. Click on it with your mouse finger, drag it to where you want to put it. Say I'm putting in an essay. If I hold down my control key, see that? Did you see it? Did you see it again? There, there, there. Okay, I'm kidding. If you hold down your control key, and it changes to copy to essays, and now let go of the mouse first, that dropped the file in, and then let go of control. And now you can see it's making a copy. So I have a copy in sample, and I have a copy in essays. So that's one way. That's called drag and drop. That's one way to move files. Okay, so dragging and dropping is great. But what if you are dragging it like this, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, is that my kid? And did he just put jam on my pants? And now you dropped the file. And you were looking away, so you didn't see that. And so now you've lost your file. You know you moved it somewhere, and it's gone. You have a couple of options. first of all, don't panic. Grab the control key on your keyboard, hold it down, and hit the letter Z as in zebra. And that is undo. So it has taken it from wherever it got accidentally dropped and it has put it back. Undo is your best friend. Control Z. Write it down, write it on your hand, tattoo it on your forehead, whatever you need to do, but that's the one you want to always remember. Okay, so if you don't like dragging and dropping though, and some people don't, you can always right click and hit copy. And now I have a copy of this document sitting on my invisible clipboard, and the clipboard just sort of lives in the background. And I can click on examples, and I like to click over here because that tells the computer I want the file here, and hit paste. And so there's a file, and it's made a copy. So it's still in sample, but I also put it in examples. All right, let's try that again. I'm going to delete that. All right, going from sample. We want to move it this time, right? But we don't want to drag it. We don't like to drag. You can go to cut. And what cut does is it says, let me make a copy for you. And I'm going to delete it from here. All right, so see, that means it's gone from there, but it's kind of still there. It's there until we paste it somewhere else. So we'll go to examples, right click again, paste it. There's my file, and here it's gone. Okay, so you can pause there and replay that if you want. But it's, let me show you here. Cut means I'm going to copy it, I'm going to make it gray, and I'm going to let you paste it somewhere else. And that's a way of moving. Copy is I'm just going to make a copy. Okay, one more thing I want to show you. Here we go. So you've got a bunch of files here. Fabulous. And you know you're looking for something you just worked on the other day, or you worked on it most recently. You can come over here to date modified and hit it, and it will sort it. So here's the last file I opened in that folder. Or let's say I know I have a Word document, and that's what I want. You can sort it by the Word document. In this case, it put it on the bottom. I can hit it again, and it switches it and puts it to the top. Bottom, top, bottom, top. Get it? Excellent. All right, you can also do it with size and with name. But that's a great, quick way to find your files when you're looking. And of course, you have a search option over here, so you can click in that. And let's say you pick the one. It just found the file for me already. Wow, that's fast. And it was only looking in that file. You could go here in your whole, it'll go through this whole file, and let's say I want something, it'll find all the files where I have CH written. And so that's one way to find it. And that's just looking in the name of the file. And there's ways to modify your search as well, but that's kind of helpful if you at least have an idea of the name of the file. All right, I think that's plenty. I'm sorry, I didn't realize how long I had gone. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.